This week, I'm heading to one of the most remote and beautiful parts of Australia, the Montebello Islands. The landscape and the variety of fish makes it bucket list material for any fisherman.
You got the good eater, I got the hard fighter.
Rumour has it, this is Australia's premier sail fishing spot. To say I'm excited is an understatement. Fishing is my life. It's in my DNA. From above the water and below the surface. It's who I am. Join me as I travel the world in search of the most insane fishing experiences on the planet.
You got it.
Yeah.
Big fish right there, Al.
Yeah, baby. Look at the size of it. Yeah! Oh, man, that is so good.
Nice job.
I'm McGlashan, and this is Fishing with Mates. I tell you what, we're leaving the worst weather behind. Sydney, it's absolutely, that's miserable. Let's hope it's better in the west, at the Montebello. Dead flat, sunny, blue skies. When you travel, things just seem to go wrong. But on this trip, going to the Montebellos, it just started badly. Firstly, Sydney was raining, plane got cancelled. Then the weather got worse, then it got cancelled again. It took forever just to get to Perth. Of course, by the time we got to Perth, missed our connecting flight. So then we ended up on another flight. And by the time we ended up coming to Karratha, it was a lot later than we expected. But you know what? That's all part of the adventure. It's just what you have to do to get to amazing places like the Montebellos. Finally, you know, after all the travel and all the mishaps, the boat arrives and suddenly you can just tell this is going to be an amazing trip. The Montebello Islands are an archipelago of around 174 small islands, lying 130 kilometres off the Pilbara coast of northwestern Australia. It's home to some of the greatest fishing in Australia, and Chad the skipper knows just where to find it. So where are we headed for? So we're going, obviously, the Montebellos. Where's the secret spot?
So today, to start the trip, we'll be heading to the middle of the island group to home base.
So the Montebellos is really remote. In fact, it's 8 hours offshore. But it's a great time to get to know the crew, so it's a really good bonding experience just before we even reach the island. But you know the best part? Chad, the skipper, he doesn't just drive straight to the islands. He's got other ideas. He's got a few detours, a few spots to fish. Tell you what, I like this bloke. This is going to be good. So we pull up on this bit of reef and instantly dropping down jigs, everyone starts hooking up. Rankin cod, coral trout, red emperors, you name it. We haven't even started, like we literally are not even halfway there and we're already into the fish. This is what the Montebellos is really about. You know what, the funny part? I'm about to introduce everyone. No chance. Every time I try to do it, they're all catching fish and hooking up. There's mackerel blowing up, the sharks eating the mackerel, there's tuna blowing up. Montebellos, this place is awesome. And we're not even at the islands yet. On the boat, we've got the guys from Shimano, Complete Angler, and even the commercials from Austral Fisheries and Sea Harvest Australia. But the real stars on board are the crew, who do all the hard work.
I've been working for Blue Lightning Charters for almost 2 seasons now. Can't get enough of it. Working in a place like the Montebellos is pretty special. Yeah, you can't really get a nicer workspace.
Now, when we do these long-range charters, you know, you're on a boat, you do get a bit of cabin fever after a while. But you know what? Chad and Leah, his better half, have come up with this brilliant idea. You know what they do? They've got a barge out there. They've got another mothership, but a barge with couches and tables. You can play cards on this. It's amazing. And it's all tucked into this beautiful little bay. all the time in all the places I've fished, I've never seen such an awesome setup as this. I could call this home. When you get to places like the Montebellos, all you want to do is explore, because what is in the water is absolutely out of this world. Dolphins and turtles and whales. It is alive with fish. Even under the barge, there's massive bait schools. It's absolutely insane.
So after days of travelling, we can finally relax and get a good night's sleep. Because tomorrow, we're gonna fish the islands. Coming up, I make my way to Trevally Alley. There you go, look at that. Photo bomb. We're back in Western Australia on the beautiful Montebello Islands. It's a new day and we're about to head out fishing.
The Montebellos, initially, the British did their nuclear testing here because it was so remote. And they dropped not one, but 3 bombs. And they were all bigger than the ones they dropped in Nagasaki and Hiroshima in Japan. That's scary when you think about it.
This bomb exploded with such force and made such an impact that to this day, when you're using your fish finder, you can still see the massive crater the bomb created on the seafloor.
And it's almost full circle where now we come to these remote spots for the absolute opposite reason, to see them in their raw beauty.
And that's why we're here. So let's go fishing.
Normally what the guys do is they put a couple of people on the beach and you do walk the beach fishing off the beach. But today, we're seriously exploring. Serious fishermen. So we jump on Heart Starter. Now, I'm straight in with the commercial boys because they know what they're doing. So we've got Dylan, we've got James, and we've got Clayton, and Sam the deckhand. And you know what? We literally drive round the corner and start casting.
So we're just hanging out from the edge of the reef at the moment in the deeper water, so the guys can cast up over the shallows and drag their lures out over the edge.
This place is amazing. I know it's a long way offshore and it's hard to get to, but the fishing is out of this world. There's GTs, they're up sitting on top. There's coral trout. So we're straight into the action. And you know what? I've seen these GTs, like they're up on top. Casting in, I've flicked in. Oh, oh. And it's just, as soon as the lure has hit the water, they've just gone bang on top of it. Look at them all on this, cast on this. Look at them, cast, I'll hold him here for you.
Nice coral trout down the back here.
And nailed it. Like, this is what you come here for. It literally, straight away, you're into the fish. There you go, look at that. Photo bomb. You got the good eater, I got the hard fighter. Chuck in, there's GTs, there's bloody trout, there's everything turning up. Dylan hooks up as well. Of course, my fish was a bit bigger, a lot bigger.
I just love watching these fish swim off like that.
Chuck the brand new Halco, straight up like all the GTs are up on top, and it was instant pandemonium. You know, I'm hooked up, everyone else hooked up, getting mine back to the boat. He's out there and the malign's going under that one. What's going on here? Next thing we're hooked up, there's 2 fish wrapped up. Oh, I suppose that's what the Montebellos is all about. Trout down the back, GTs up the front. And I still haven't lost my lure yet. It would be so easy to get lost because there's hundreds of islands here, you snake in and out of them. Well, it's like nothing I've ever seen before, these mushroom little islands with water raging around them, the currents cutting underneath and digging them out. So it creates this really unique form. But the islands themselves are actually really desolate. And you're casting into these gutters and all the GTs and gold spots and coral trout and cod and all these things are sitting, all the predators are sitting in on these edges. And then what we do is you cast in and then you've got to drag these fish out. And I mean, it's hand-to-hand combat. You've got to get them out, you're dragging them back with the boat. You don't always win. No, it's unreal, isn't it? That little channel, tiny little slither, and all the fish stack up in it. Now, the technique we're using is mostly top water. Now, the great thing about top water is you get to see the bites, especially in somewhere like the Montebellos where it's crystal clear. So you're casting out and you're working these lures and all of a sudden there's these shapes up on it, bang, you're on it. It is a really exciting style of fishing.
Before we know it, Dylan's hooked up.
He's back, he's back. Gold spot trevally, nice.
It's like you sit there going, oh, how is this?
There's a close-up shot.
And of course, we let this fellow go too.
So you're fishing in amongst these islands. We drive out, and this time, instead of staying in amongst the islands, we move out onto the edge. So we're sneaking up, and Chad's like, right, cast straight in there, boys, cast straight in there. So Dylan and I, right up on the front, we both straight in on it. GTs, yeah, there's everything. Oh, there he is.
There we go.
There's one. The stick baits go out. All of a sudden, there's gold spots everywhere smashing on your lure. And gold spots normally, when I catch them, are like this. You know, they're not a big trevally. Over here, they're like that. Right there. Oh! You're hooking up left, right, and centre. Oh, yep. Oh.
There we go.
This place is definitely the home of gold spots. Look at the rod butt. We're taking the rod butt out. Oh God, I've already had 2 kids.
Nice fish, well done, Al.
It's one of those things you just live for. You know, it's late afternoon and the fish are going absolutely nuts. Look at that. They kind of like the showers, don't they?
The gold spot have turned it on now, and looks like the mackies have just turned up.
Then a mackerel will go straight through, snip them off.
Well done, mate. Nice fish.
Thank you, mate. No, I've been chasing that all afternoon, so they've been pretty touchy. Finally got one.
One stage, I just stopped for a minute for a breather and looked around and went, everyone's hooked up. We're on a 4-way.
Nice work, crew. 4-way hookup.
How good is that? Gold start.
Another gold spot.
4-way, how good is that? Every angle they're coming from all over.
Nice work. 2 out of 4 so far.
3 out of 4 is another mackerel.
Sam's running around de-hooking fish everywhere. The biggest one is whose?
Oop, there's the taxman.
Look at that for a record size. How good's the Montebello? It's 4 out of 4. And mine was the biggest. This is what I came for. It's just non-stop action. How good is that? What a session. Everyone's hooking up. There's mackerel in there, there's big eyes, there's gold spots. Insane. So Chad turned around and said, you know what we're going to do, boys? We're going to take the big boat and we're going to go south. I'm going to show you some fresh grounds.
Coming up, the sailies are on and it is mayhem.
Hey, it's going the other way, mate. It's got to be coming this way. Montebellos has always had that rumoured unreal reputation. But if there's one fish that I keep hearing, it's the sailfish. Now, they're talking numbers here that are rivaling Guatemala and places like that, like the hot spots in the world. This could well be the premier sail fishing spot in Australia. So to say I'm excited about going out there and having a crack? Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So what is it? So tell us, the sail fishing can be phenomenal out here at times.
Oh, just a great area. It just holds the fish at the right time of the season, and yeah, mate, we've been averaging the days we've targeted them this season, averaging 15 fish a day.
Joking. What's your top day?
On sailfish is 39 for the day.
In a day. What are we talking size-wise on the sails here?
Averaging around the 25 kilo mark.
Oh, so they're quite good sails. They're not those little tiny ones you get sometimes.
No, they're good fish.
While we're heading out, Sam is busy rigging everything up, so I'm keen to learn their technique.
All right, Sam, what's the deal, buddy?
Just getting the outrigger set up and get a few teasers out there. See if we
So
can
we're
feed up
switching?
some sails. Yeah, switch bait today.
Bring it on. So Chad's got a really simple technique for teasing. 2 daisy chains, 1 on each outrigger. A dredge and a spreader bar. As soon as the fish come up, the spreader bar and the dredge are out. You've got the strip teaser down below.
Yep, and we always see with the strip teaser, we make sure that we run the spreader bar and that strip teaser at about the same level.
Oh, so
that
sit above
sits
it?
Below,
Yep.
and then this sits above it. So then when fish come up to that, they'll come up to this as well.
Have a look so you can see them. Yeah, because
yeah.
otherwise sitting down below.
And now we play my favourite game, the waiting game. Thankfully, we didn't have to wait too long.
Now, all the baits are all sitting lined up, all on circle hooks. And as the daisy chains come up, the 4 baits go out and the sails go eaten. Straight away, 4-way hook up. How good is this? great thing about sailfish is they're so spectacular. Not just in the water, but in the air as well. Like, they just cavort and carry on, they spin, they smash. Poor old cameraman doesn't know where to shoot. He's like, over there, over there, over there. There's fish jumping everywhere. As you can see, it's absolute chaos when it's like this, with fish everywhere. Everyone's trying to get them. Like, it is just madness. And the problem is you've got sails going everywhere. There are 20, 30 sails at the back of the boat going everywhere. Like, how good is that? So what makes this all the more exciting is the first 4 people that are going up that are on strike have never caught a billfish. Not one. Chad's driving the boat. Sam is running flat stick around the boat, de-hooking fish left, right and centre. How good is that? Absolute mayhem. But to see 4 blokes catch their first ever sailfish, I reckon that's even more fun than catching them yourselves. Well, bloody done. How good was that?
Bloody good.
And they're still going. There's still 2 more.
Sensational.
Oh, and yours was way out there when I looked at you last. You've been working hard.
Yeah, it was.
The sailfish are unhooked in the water for their protection.
4-way hookup is really, you know, it's hard to land all 4. In fact, it's rare. You know what? We got all 4 fish.
Well done, son! Well done.
There is no place like this on Earth. Like, it's unreal. This is what I came for. So the sail fishing is red hot. You know, we're getting fish, it's consistent, and then we took it to the next level. Suddenly there's a fish up on the right, then there's a fish on the left, then there's a fish all the way through. They're racing in on the spread. Everyone's down the back. I'm taking a shot this time. I'm in, put it up, bang, hooked up. Next one's in, bang, hooked up. I pulled my hooks. Another one's hooked up. Running back to get another bait. 4 people hooked up. Put another bait on. I miss one. Next person, he hooks one. I'm missing a few fish here. All of a sudden, we've got 6 fish on, and I'm not one of them.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone miss 5 sails in 5 shots, especially in one pod.
How chaotic is this, right? And the one thing is, I was on strike first, and everyone else is hooked up except for me. Quality.
It definitely wasn't the crew's fault. It was 100% our McGlashan's fault. We've nicknamed him now Drop It McGlashan.
I might not be having any luck with the sailies.
But then you just stop and look and go, everyone's hooked up. We've got 6 fish on. We've got one on the leader there, we've got one there, we've got one over there, one there, one there, one there. You know, and the best part, the girls are on as well. You've got Aldi's on, you've got Leah's on. And you know what? They're actually outperforming the blokes. These 2 girls know how to fish. They're ducking and weaving through them.
I would say that it's one of the sports where the girls can match it so often with the guys. Girls can pull their own weight on the deck.
Coming in. How good is that? Oh, beautiful release. Good work, Auds.
Truth,
We're down to 5. 5 from 6, and everyone turns on poor old Rocky, who's just only caught his first sailfish, and he's whining, looking at everyone. This is number 6, Rocky, so don't feel any pressure at this stage. To go 6 from 6. Come on, mate, this is on you. You're almost there now, buddy.
Coming up, can Rocky make it? 6 from 6.
Number 6, we're going for it.
The sailfish have been red hot today. It's been absolute chaos on the deck as we try and land a 6-way hookup.
This is number 6, Rocky, so don't feel any pressure at this stage. To go 6 from 6. Come on, mate, this is on you. You're almost there now, buddy. Come on, Bretto. This is it. Number 6, we're going for it. You know what? He did it like a star. Ticked the box, caught another sailfish. Oh, there we go. That's the way you release it. And you got the hook back. Bretto. Number 6, 6 from 6. 6-way. He's only just lost his virginity, and he's doing it like a master. How good is that? So all you people have caught a fish, except for one other on the back deck that might wander around. No, it's too bloody hard. I saw everyone doing that. That looks like hard work.
Mr. Drop It McGlashan.
You know what? The sailfish have been on all day, and we've been catching them and tallying up the numbers. Because bear in mind that Blue Lightning have caught something like 209 fish in, I think it's 15 days fishing. So when you say hot sail fishing, this is the Montebellos. And we've caught them pretty much all day. And the day's coming to an end, the sun's sinking down. It was too overwhelming. I had to get in. So organised with Chad, this is it, I'm going in. So the boys have hooked up, I've slipped in, and I'm swimming around, and then all of a sudden, the sails, they come up. You are in the zone. I'm right there, there's baits coming in, I'm going, oh, look, sailfish, sailfish, sailfish. And they all come swimming around. I've got the bubbles all around from the prop wash, swirling around us, and then they come swimming up and sailfish there, another one over there. They're all around me. I've got 4 or 5 sailfish swimming all around me. And I have to say, it was one of those experiences that you just go, oh, this is number one. How good is this?
Yeah, it's definitely the first time I've seen a pot of sailfish up behind the boat and a small whale in there, and people feeding baits back. One stage there, it was, well, it wasn't really hard to prioritise. We had Elle in the water there, swimming flat out, trying to keep up with us, and sailfish swimming in the other direction, and yeah, we just had to chase the sailfish. What else do you do?
Jumping in with these sailfish is one of those things I've always wanted to do. I've done lots of marlin and stuff, but I've never done it with sails, and they're so beautiful, the water, huge sail up, and they come up, and they're non-threatening. They come right up, they look at you, and then bang, nail the bait straight in front of you. Like, it's absolutely, it's amazing to do. And then to get back to the boat and see them release a fish just makes it all the better for me. It's something I'll always remember, the Montebello's sailfish.